Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm. Wait. Everybody calm down.
Help!
Here,
Oh,
take my hand.
ah!
Come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me.
Take it. Take my hand.
I want to say I'm really glad Michael Bancroft is here. I mean this. I feel like, look, I'm an admirer of yours. I like what you've done. You've carved out a path for yourself. I want to be better friends. That's what I want to say to you. Rob, the Replicator, I didn't even know you were here. But welcome, my friend. You are an awesome artist, and we're happy to have you here. Wait, are you an artist? You write your own stuff?
He is a good artist.
Okay. Your books look great. Cheers, everyone. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a while.
I love watching
Too
that.
long.
I love watching.
So good.
You just look at someone different every time.
Yeah.
Great.
You could, you can watch it 9 times and see 9 different videos.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
D enjoyed that you got wrecked there.
Mm.
Although D's one of your biggest fans. He always says, "In Rob we trust," and other such things. What do you reckon about my hat and sunglass ensemble?
I know someone picks it out for you.
That's
so
true.
I will say something. You look great, Mike.
Clark came in here and he was like, "You have to wear this. You have to wear it on the stream." I said, "I can't see anything with these white things on my Get Wrecked glasses." This is like when you play the Snoop Dogg song,
Thug Life.
Thug Life.
Mm.
Yeah, but no, I'm not going to keep that up. Hold on a sec. Costume change.
All right, who we got in chat? Lots of people here. Mo Biggs is first. Watch him gatekeep me. Oh, that's only for the earlier show.
That's true. That's the rules.
You want to take over?
Rules.
No,
Frog G's here.
Over?
Hold on a sec. Where are you up to? Hold on, I got to scroll up here. Frog G. There's my lovely, lovable, sexy wife. Who didn't actually lock me out of my house the other day, despite threatening that.
What did you do?
I can't remember. Just say something on a stream, you know. D's 8th. We have who else? You've got McGregor. Oh, I already skipped over Sumo.
Poor Sumo.
Hey Sumo, I see you. He'd almost given hope. Yeah, I went late and Ethan was streaming. I don't know if he's still streaming, but if he closes up, hopefully we'll get a raid going. We got Bretsky the Great in the house. Schneely. One day I'll learn how to say that first name, but not today. Maromi's here. Awesome one. He says EVS raid. Gender fluid theory. I named the title of the stream Fluid Theory. In comic books. So many fluids lately. I've been drawing. Gary G's here. Who else do I spy? I see Skip Edwards. I was debating starting stream. Thank goodness I don't have to. Are you drawing, Skip?
Well, Skip?
Is Skip, are you drawing? What do you reckon about inviting Skip on?
Sure.
Yeah. See, I don't know if he wants to, but if he's drawing, I mean, it sounds like he was about to. We got Tommy in the house. How you going, buddy? Tommy has been sharing out my streams on Twitter, and he's getting a lot of likes and retweets. And just extra thank you. I've already thanked him, but extra thank you. General Piggy liked seeing you getting wrecked. We've got Zed in the house. We've got George Alvarez. He liked it as well. Everyone loves it. It's everyone's favorite video. 7 and 7. We got Mason. We got Linkovich. Everyone should do more edibles. Oh, we have a rare moon sighting. Hold on. It's just all black. Do you see anything there? Oh,
Yeah,
he's
there he
figuring
is.
out. And there he is.
Hello
Camel.
there.
I feel like it's been a long time.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
since we've had
busy.
you on a draw stream.
Mo says, is Tommy getting at least 50 likes for your streams, Bancroft? You're never going to live that down.
I stand by that. Oh, Billy's in the house too. I stand by that tweet. What do you reckon about that tweet, Camel? Was I correct? Where I said you shouldn't launch unless you can get 50 likes on a tweet? Not every tweet, just a single tweet.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like, you know, you look at like someone like Eric July, you know, who's doing quite well.
20,000 followers. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So for him, I think that it's working. So I think that's a minimum.
For others,
if you don't have 4,000 likes on a tweet, just get out of the game.
Yeah. That's actually the number he's been getting.
I know.
Thousands and thousands. Did he always get that?
I don't think so.
Did you send any links out, Rob?
No.
All right. I don't know if he wants to, but I'm gonna send it anyway. I thought we might invite Skip on, Camel. Let's see if he wants to draw with us tonight. I don't know if he will. This is obviously completely unplanned. I was working late tonight, so.
No, thank you.
What?
No Skip.
Are you? No Skip. I already sent the link.
Yeah.
You're friendly with Skip.
Oh. Yeah, it's fine.
Did Ripper get over the Bancroft 50 rule? I'm guessing Ripper could like tweet out a fart. He could record a fart and get more than 50 retweets on that. Are you not going to do anything tonight, Rob? You're just going to sit there and chill? All right. Okay.
He doesn't do anything anyway. Bob never does anything ever.
Just carry your video game show. Fucking hell. Well, have you finished saying hello to chat, Bancroft? I was politely waiting for you to finish.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was obvious that I had. My apologies. Yes, I have. I'm trying to set things up. The reason I called it fluid theory is because I sent out a page today to the Super Bogans that is just it's the page that I had on the campaign page, you know, where all the water falls down in front of him. I finished that. You know how he's like with the nightclub.
Oh yeah.
And then the water starts falling down in front of his face. Yeah, well, he's got a head now. And the water starts falling down, and he reaches out and he touches it. It's a lot of fluid. And then tonight I'll also be drawing some more water coming down to wash the viscous fluid off our gentleman.
Did you say liquid? I think liquid is better.
No, I like saying fluid. It's like moist.
Yeah, no bueno.
It's like fluid theory is actually a real thing. It's electricity.
On porn sets.
No, it's electricity thing. I googled it. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't like gonna get the channel in trouble.
Struck. Yeah.
It's actually Benjamin Franklin. It's something about, I don't know, electricity.
Mo says, in the nightclub scene, Bancroft was primarily focusing on capturing Oasi's black crotch.
That's all finished. So thank you to the over 100 Super Bogans who have access to that page.
100?
Yeah. It's been
crazy.
Skyrocketing. It's all these gifts. I got to thank Nolan Lockhart, Nate Callis, and D.
You were about 50 Super Bogans away from Camel absolutely spurging out on you, Bancroft.
No, Camel's getting close to 200.
Yeah, we have 175.
Oh god damn, you guys are killing.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you put out engaging content.
Mm.
Or whatever we do.
That's really cool.
All week I've been drawing these smaller panels in the catacomb, and it's been doing my head in. So I'm looking forward to just relaxing a little bit and getting into some liquids. And we'll see how I go. What are you doing, Camel? What are you working on?
Nothing.
Crotches.
Crotches.
Are you just
Yeah.
you just hanging?
Yeah. My books at the printers. So I was talking with them Friday. No, wait, what's today? Sunday. So yeah, I was talking with them Thursday and Friday. So they're gonna be sending me proofs hopefully sometime next week. And then I'll take it from there. But I have 7 covers. So they're gonna send I have a 40 page version and a 52-page version. So they're gonna send 2 versions, and then they're gonna send all the covers to me separately. Then I'll sign off on that, and then hopefully it'll only take another week or so to get them in. So,
Then you'll be
are you
cooking
printing
gas.
offset or digitally?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
How many?
Probably digital? I'd say.
Yeah,
Probably
what numbers?
digital.
You're
Yeah,
talking
it's
like
probably
it's a
digital.
couple of hundred each copy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's digital.
Yeah, there's no way, because otherwise it'd be astronomical. I wouldn't be able to
Digital
afford it.
actually gives it would work best for your colors as I see them, because
Yeah.
you get like the saturations on the ends is actually a little bit higher on those sort of greens and stuff.
Mhm.
Thank you, Sumo Thori. He's gifted me another 5 memberships. You rock, man. Thank you so much. I see you there.
Just
And
ignore
unhinged.
Jason.
No, but I'm getting to it. Unhinged for 5. Hi, Rob and Camel. Bancroft ignored my existence, so you two are my face. I didn't, Jason. When did I do that?
Earlier when you didn't
that.
read out his name.
Yeah, okay. I did do that. That's true. All right. No, that's fair cop.
It's amazing, man. You guys
I'll
are
accept my
like, that's,
punishment.
I'm so impressed by that. Like, it's crazy that Camel's got nearly 200 members and Bancroft's like over 100 now. It's amazing.
It's crazy,
It's great.
dude. It's like, it's so much more, like the super chats are awesome. Obviously I would never turn my, I'm not like Camel. I would never turn my nose up at a super chat and shame anyone.
Yeah.
But even though that seems to work for him very well.
Yeah, I was like, maybe you should start that.
I know. No, but they're very sort of reliant on how big the streams you're doing of the day, like what topic is going on. If it's the kind of topic people want to talk about and people want to have an opinion on, all that sort of stuff.
I've found my subs have now started going back up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got 5 last week, 10 this week. So I
That's
think
what
I hit the
happens when
bump.
I'm on your stream, Camel.
And that's what happens when I call you out on my stream, I think is what you're talking about. But
put Rob in his place.
Yeah, let me put you where you belong. But what I do think happened was Mike and I had a conversation about like thumbnails and like just describing, like your YouTube videos. And when I started doing that, it went right up. Like,
dude, it's so true.
The video game show we did, we spent 30 minutes talking about Zach. So I put that as the thumbnail and the title. And now it's, I think, the most viewed video game episode we've done since the pilot.
Yeah, man, it is so true. When I sort of started focusing on that,
Because
not that I'm doing it right now.
Well, what I would do is I would edit down a snippet and then I would make a new thumbnail for that. And now I've essentially just skipped that step, and I just named the episode as though it was the edited upload, and it just seems to really works.
Yeah, no, it's like, don't fight the algorithm. Let the algorithm like work for you. It really does make a difference. General Piggy for $4.99. I heard Zach will be the bad guy in the next Hail Salad. He forces the gang to watch TikTok streams and listen to lawn-related monologues.
I think Zach is gonna make a quiet exit similar to Wanger. I'm just gonna have to pull him back a little bit.
He'll just be like, "What happened to that guy?"
Yeah,
He was such a good character, though.
I'm off to my home planet now.
Although you've been looking, and he just like
totally
he doesn't even
do that.
move. He doesn't even move.
Poochie.
He just like
I totally, you know what? I think I have to do that. Yeah.
Poochie, that's great.
That would be hilarious.
Super
bye-bye.
Mastermind says Demon Slayer made 7.9 billion in profit from 1 year from merch. If that's true, dude, that's absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, that's where I'm headed.
Your boy
I want
Poochie.
7 billion from super chats and members. I think we can do it.
John says last video game show was great.
That was
a good
funny.
episode. They've all been really good, but that one is like, I actually watched that. I usually don't watch my own show, but man, I was on the floor.
The first one we did with the turtles was still one of my favorites.
The one Scat was good. When we did Scat, yeah, where we're talking about all the blue balls floating around.
Forget all this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
That was good.
Of course.
Sumo says, is this panel two dudes watching another dude shower, not even fighting it anymore, Bancroft?
One of them's a lady. All right. The one in the robes is a lady, although she's completely covered. May as well be in a burqa. You wouldn't know. Yes. Have you got an issue with that, Sumo? You're not a bigot, are you? He's got to get all that. Remember, he steps out of the thing. He's got to get all that gunk off him.
I saw Thor 4.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've seen some clips from it.
It's a movie. It's fine. You know, it's very, very, it's like, it's so Marvel template. Like, whatever if you've never seen a Marvel movie, or if you've seen 2, and you imagine, like, what's this one like? It's every single thing you think it's gonna be. It doesn't stray from the formula. The effects are good when they need to be and crappy when they don't care. The story is virtually not there, but it's enough to tie 2 hours worth of scenes together. The acting is real good. Like, Christian Bale should not be in a Marvel movie. He's next level.
I heard
he's too good.
I heard he was really good.
Yeah.
That's funny.
There
He's
are
very
moments,
underrated.
There's moments in the movie where, like, you only see him as a villain really against Thor. And so all of the issues that they talk about, like, that they're scared about, it happens off screen. So, you know, it's just kind of like, meanwhile, there's tons of scenes with Natalie Portman just like talking. And it's like, I don't care. And they should have exchanged some of those scenes and to show like how terrible and powerful Gore was. And they don't do that.
I heard that they just made joke after joke after joke to the point where the jokes weren't funny anymore. Is that accurate?
Yeah, sort of. It's not like a comedy. What it is there's a lot of scenes where there's like 3 or 4 people in a room talking. And it's like, I don't know if you guys, like, you know, they think they have like the Ghostbusters formula where it's like, these are 4 funny people. No matter what happens, it's going to be gold. It's like, no, you guys need a script. You need to say something that means something. And there are moments that are like, don't even make sense. because they've taken out certain jokes. So there was supposed to be a joke where the rock guy like would fall asleep, and they took that out, but there's people reacting to him falling asleep. And so you're like, I don't understand why like they didn't catch that. It's kind of bizarre. It's not particularly funny. I mean, there are some good laughs in there, but it's not like the feel-good comedy of the summer or anything like that.
How's Natalie Portman?
I'll go on. Answer that.
What's that, Rob?
How's Natalie Portman?
She's fine. You know. Can I give spoilers? I mean, do you care? Or...
No, I will probably watch it eventually.
Oh, okay.
So I'd rather like it'll be a while. But I was a big fan of Ragnarok. I don't like the character.
Ragnarok. That's my favorite Marvel movie. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll either that or Guardians of the Galaxy or
Winter Soldier all day for me. That was by far the best.
Yeah, Winter Soldier's really good. It's just it's very
See, the thing is that Ragnarok was like, hey, let's try this, right? And it kind of worked, but it was still sort of grounded in like the Thor mythos thing. And I've heard it compared to like Thor, the Ragnarok is like Batman Forever. Like it's still a Batman movie. It's a little bit more colorful, but it's not like full tilt, full retard or anything. This is they just lean so heavy into it that the fighting is like, it's like a cartoon. I mean, it's like really, really cartoonish. And it's like, this is the guy who beat Thanos. This is the same world where Odin like ripped off Thor's cape and like, scolded at him and threw him to earth. I'm like, the fuck are you talking? This is not even close. I mean, it's like such a far departure. And the aliens are really goofy. Like cornball, like I can't even think of a movie that's like Little Monsters, like goofy. You're like, oh wow, it's kind of amazing. So yeah, take that for what it is. And they also lean really heavily into the whole like 80s hair band rock stuff. To the point where it's like Thor's axe is like kind of purposefully looks like a guitar. Oh. And he's kind of plays it like a guitar, and like he uses like the notes of it to like wipe people out. It's like, yeah, I get it, but you don't need
Sounds very cringy, Camel, honestly.
I wonder if it'll do well, like if you watch it 5 years from now, if it'll hold up, because I think I don't know if it will. We'll have to see.
Super chat, Mike.
Travis T says, Camel, stand up. Let's get this crap over with. What crap is that?
Fuck you.
Yeah, I didn't think $2 is quite.
Maybe $20 on my own stream. I'm not crazy.
yeah, and I'm getting the $2 exactly.
Yeah,
even if it was $100, it's going to me.
Yeah, 40% says I hated Rag. They already started turning Thor into a cuck. I didn't like Rag that much either.
I did. I thought it was funny. I thought it was a good change for the character. I thought the way they initially did Thor just didn't translate into a movie. A bit like
he took himself too
certain
seriously.
Characters just don't. Like the Green Goblin never really did either. It's just too wacky of a concept, and you take it too seriously, and it just comes off as really bizarre. But I like the direction that they had it. But yeah, I mean, I can totally see how it could go way too far.
Well, you're watching it, and it almost feels like a parody. It's like, well, what if we got these guys to make like a Thor parody movie? And you're like, oh, okay. Also, and I've noticed this about Chris Pratt in a couple of movies, but Chris Pratt does not seem like he wants to be there. He has this really weird disposition. He's kind of a scowl on his face. He's like that all of Jurassic Park 6. And I don't know if it's because he's getting treated poorly on set or what, but he's like, you could tell that he wants to be anywhere else but doing this thing right now.
He must be making bank though, man. He must be making so much money.
Maybe that's why he doesn't want to be there. He's like, I don't really need to do this.
Yeah. And he's signed into these contracts to play these characters for, 6, 7, 8 times at a, per character. So maybe like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Do you think that they did the whole like guitar 80s thing because of the success of Stranger Things, or do you think that's just a coincidence?
No.
I think that is what is in vogue right now. That's the fashion of film. It's like, let's do the 80s callback stuff, because it leans really heavy into like the whole credit sequence looks like a bunch of rock band albums. So it's like all different fonts and it's all like electrified, and it reminded me a lot of what was it? Something, but it was the PlayStation game with Jack Black, Brutal Legend. It's like Brutal Legend, the movie. That's pretty much the best way to put it.
Interesting. Dave says, I just woke up and got notified that Mark Brooks got triggered by my posts about respecting the customer and our characters. I didn't even know what was controversial. Dude, Mark Brooks gets triggered by like when his wife cooks him dinner, assuming he's married.
That guy wakes up to get triggered.
Oh, dude, yeah. He's like, he so gets triggered over everything. Lord Ravenous says, Taiki Watiti thinks he's hilarious.
I think it can be, but it gets to a point where it's, you've seen it already. You've seen it once. You've seen it.
I think he would benefit from like a really good editor, because like I think about when he was directing some Mandalorian episodes, like that whole episode where they're like shooting at Baby Yoda and they can't hit a tin can, and I was like, this is too much. He seems to input like fanfic into these mainstream universes, and it's like it doesn't work like that. You need to like have some sense of reality and tone correction for the source material, and he always goes over, so it always kind of feels like a parody, and it's like, well, that's fine for an SNL skit, but it doesn't work in the universe that you're effectively making the story in. So yeah, there's kind of a disconnect there.
Tomb says Thor: Love and Thunder was complete trash, nothing but stupid jokes, and all the characters are morons.
Yeah, I guess.
Mo says, my advice to CG creators is to get their books distributed at the bottom of kids' meal boxes in sushi takeout chains.
That's funny advice coming from Mo, who's usually against the whole weeb thing.
Camel, were you here when we were talking about Doctor Strange 2? Did you like that?
Yeah, I think I did talk about it with you guys. I liked it initially. I rewatched it with my wife. My wife hated it. She hated it. And it was really interesting because I found that seems to be the case. It's a very polarizing movie. I liked it because it reminded me of like Sam Raimi movies. Like it felt more like a movie. But the motivation for Scarlet Witch is like utterly absurd. I mean, it's so stupid that I'm like, I can't even, I mean, she literally falls in love with kids she has in a dream and then wants magic spell books so that she can like live with their dream kids. I mean, it's, and everyone must die for her to get that. And it's like, okay, this is fucking bonkers. But like, someone who I read Doctor Strange, I like, like 90s, 80s Doctor Strange. So it had cool moments in there that felt like, oh, okay, so at least they're somewhat paying respect to the source material. But the first movie nails it a little bit better. It's, there's actual conversations happening in the first one where they talk about like, just more, just heavy stuff, whether it's, more philosophical type conversation. There's nothing like that in this. It's very much just an action movie.
I actually think the first Thor is my favorite Thor out of the Thor movies.
The first Thor's pretty good.
It's pretty solid.
But I do like Ragnarok. I think I really like the humor in it, but yeah.
Like in Ragnarok, they play that Zeppelin song and it's a cool moment, and they do it again at the end. And in this, it's just like, hey, how you liked that? well, what if we did it with Guns N' Roses? Oh, you like the Guns N' Roses one? Well, what if we did it with Aerosmith? And and so there's like all these other bands that they do the exact same type of scene with. It's like, all right, well, you did it once. You don't need to keep doing it like over and over and over. And again, it's silly cartoon violence, so it's it doesn't really have the same impact.
The Dark World was pretty trash, though. Matt says he likes all the Thor movies, but Portman was miscast.
Yeah, I did not like the Dark World. I thought that was pretty lame.
Yeah,
and I'm usually the guy who's like,
you're the guy that likes
pretty much.
Shang-Chi.
I like pretty much all. Yeah, that's it. I like pretty much all MCU movies up to a point. But the Dark World was like, meh. I felt like what I thought is, Thor's not going to really be a character in the MCU anymore after this. He's just too lame.
It's weird though. General Piggy says they're so focused on a gimmick that they lose the depth that they had in the original movies. It's so true though. Like, why don't they try at least make one of the movies like the originals that they started with? They have completely abandoned that. It seems.
I mean, there's stuff going on in the fourth Thor movie that is very. It's definitely a moment. Like, you can't miss it, especially if you want to keep watching Thor as a character, because there's like some really major things that happen, and so because of that, it's like, all right, so it's not a complete throwaway of a movie, but it just, even though it wants to have the emotional depth that the first one does, it just doesn't. It's just the acting just isn't. I wouldn't even say it's the acting. The writing isn't there. They're not given enough. There's like, again, there's no Odin scenes. There's nothing like that where you're like, and Loki's not in it. You realize how important these characters are to the success of these movies. And I don't think they even bring Loki up. I don't think they talk about him once. Actually, that's not true. Once in a recap, but like as far as like conversation, no, they did nothing.
Ryan says Mark Ruffalo's miscast for Thor. I wish they could have made a deal to keep Edward Norton to stay on.
For Hulk, you mean?
Oh yeah, for Hulk. Sorry.
No, I actually don't mind him as Hulk. But I think they just clearly, for some reason, they're really sort of going away from like the raging massive Hulk. You can actually see him getting progressively smaller and less ripped, and it's really, like I thought that was a real big wasted opportunity to just not have the Hulk in what was it? Infinity War. Yeah, it's gone soy. I was like, I thought he was going to do some big comeback at the end, and then he just ends up stuck in a wall. And I was like, I didn't really follow that whole character arc.
I think really weird arc. The reason that Hulk is barely in Infinity War was budget. It was so expensive to have him like tearing shit up and fighting.
Really?
And and it's like you literally have this massive movie with all of these effects.
It's like the biggest movie ever.
I know. And they're like, well, we're not going to do Hulk because he's too expensive. I was like, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's like a multi-billion-dollar movie, and they can't afford to do Hulk. That seems
crazy. It's can't afford, but also it's time. In fact, there was an article that came out recently that a lot of Marvel guys are like, it's hard for them to find effects workers to work for Marvel because they have these like ridiculous demands to have things come out sooner than they can afford. And I think you saw that in Black Panther. Like, all the Black Panther effects were hot garbage. So.
Mo says, remember that time Rob got stuck in a wall, then his wife taught him how a door works.
What's that movie? What's the movie? Is it National Lampoons where they're between two hotels and he goes into one and he gets stuck and then the door closes behind him and he's like trapped between two doors like this?
Oh, yeah.
What is that? It's hilarious.
General Piggy says Hulk looks more like Ruffalo than Hulk now. That's
that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't like that, but I thought he was a pretty decent Hulk. I thought everyone was pretty well cast. Just you know.
I don't really have any issues with any casting. They're actually talking that Javier Bardem is going to play Doctor Doom. I think that's awesome. I think that's perfect.
Yeah, he'd be good. Him or Mads, but Javier.
Oh,
was
that's
great
what I want.
in,
That would be the absolute best.
Yeah, well,
That'd be
Mads could do
crazy
any
good.
villain. He would just be like,
But
the
like
best.
no, but Doctor Doom is like the height of Marvel villains. Like
Yeah.
if they can't get him to do that, maybe they can get him to do Magneto.
Oof, I love Magneto. I love his power set. Great character.
Yeah.
Couldn't stand the America chick in Doctor Strange. Such a bad actor.
Yeah, she kind of
America Chavez.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, God. It's just dumb.
I haven't seen it. Not in any rush.
It's on Disney Plus. You can go check it out for free if you have that.
Tommy's asking questions about comics. He's a bit sick of our Marvel movies talk. Any idea what Ripper will be offering? No, but he's what 15, 20,000 signups already.
He said he will have lots of exclusive like offerings and deals and items. So he's like, don't fall asleep tomorrow. Make sure you check your email, all that sort of stuff. So I'm expecting that there'll be a lot of that sort of stuff on offer. But someone said today in the chat, he only printed 5,000 of each book, which for anyone else would be like, what? You printed 5,000 of each book? But for him, it's like, you only printed 5,000. I reckon there's a good chance like they're going to just sell out straight away. And I did recall, he said there'll be variant covers that he's also got in the works. But
just covers. It's just covers.
Just covers.
Yeah, the guy who's doing the interior art is not. It's not him.
Oh, it's not Kanan. Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
But like Mike, I can't think of anyone that's got close to 20,000 signups. Like I don't know what Ethan had, but I know John gets like 3 or 4 or maybe even 5,000.
Nowhere near 20,000.
But no one gets close to 20,000.
I don't know what
That's
the
crazy.
Keanu Reeves got when he did his, but again, I said today on the stream, I'm like, the Keanu Reeves thing was like, it felt like a real one and done thing. Like I don't really foresee that being an ongoing thing. Whereas Ripper's like got a warehouse, he's got his own website, he's going to do crowd, like this is like he'll be a massive player in the space.
Do we know? We do. I can't remember who it is though. He has said who it is.
Oh, I have it. I could probably find it because he has the website got leaked or whatever. So I was looking at it.
No, he put it out.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, shit. Where is it?
Yeah, he only put it out like 2 days ago. He's already at 20,000.
Gabe is the colorist.
Is Gabe the colorist on the whole thing? Or...
Don't know, man. I mean, that's the thing. We don't know much. Yeah. Mo says it's Rob Willis. The book will be coming out in 2038.
That would be a mistake.
So how long has the actual sign-up list been live for?
2 days.
2 days. Oh, that's crazy. Is Weathers lettering? You'd assume so, but I don't know. I have no idea.
We would have heard that from Eric, wouldn't we? If he was attached to the project.
Maybe he doesn't want him to say anything about it until it's all announced.
He would have said it to us.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe we don't know Eric as closely as we thought we did. K2000 has just become a super bogan. Thank you so much. In the membership area, you'll see all the previous Fractured Mind pages I've posted, as well as some Painted Death pages. I just posted a new one. Lots and lots of fluid on the page. I'm drawing more here tonight. It's all fluid, all week here with the Lucent.
Mo says, Bancroft, Eric ain't telling you shit, brother. You'd burn that bridge. What did you do to him?
It's a guy named Cliff Richards.
Is that really?
Isn't he the guitarist from Rolling Stones?
He's I think he's a DC. I don't know the fuck, you know, who else he might be.
Didn't he play a pirate in Pirates of the Caribbean 3?
From here, it looks like he does.
I know that's Keith Richards.
That's
Keith Richards. Henry says, I'm surprised at the $30 price point. I haven't heard that before. Graham Nolan's book is more than 100 pages and hardcover for only $20 more.
This has 96 pages, this new one.
I don't think that's unreasonable at all.
Nah, neither do I.
Yeah, 96, that's a lot of pages. And it's ready, right? You don't have to wait for it.
Mm-hmm. And he's got 20,000 signups.
Makes me think though, like, why did he only do the signups 2 days ago? Why didn't he do it like 2 weeks ago? Do you think that would be more beneficial?
I don't know, man. Maybe not. Maybe it's like, you know, it's like maximum buzz. He doesn't want to stretch it out. I don't know. Seems to know what he's doing. The big concern may be the website, because he said he was expecting. Yeah, he said he was expecting about 5,000 signups, and now he's like, it's 4 times that at least. It might go up to 30 by the time he launches. So is he prepared for that bandwidth wise? What about DDoS attacks? You know, all that sort of stuff. I'm sure he
says, Rob, how many signups does he need? He's got 4 times as many signups as he has books to sell currently. Yeah, I mean, it's a fair point, man.
That's true. Yeah.
He only has 5,000 books to sell?
No, he's got 5,000 of each cover.
He's
got two covers, and he's got printed 5,000 of each. He's got posters and merch and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I've seen much worse deals than $30 for 96 pages. Much worse.
Do you think that that'll be the new asking point?
Nah. No, I think if anything, as we go forward, it'll get more varied. Like we're literally now looking at $1 being the bottom now. So you got $1, 25 is sort of standard, I guess, if it's over 50 pages. I think the highest I've seen was Xenotype, which I think was 60, if I recall, for 200 pages. I don't remember how much is Death. That's 300 pages. I can't remember how much.
I feel like it's 30, but I have no idea off the top of my head. I could look it up.
Yeah. So I think like it's all over the place essentially.
Moromi says, I think he's launching at an off time. If it was noon, it would crash. That's a good point. Pork Hunt says, how much would Ripper have fronted for that many books? Well, I mean, like, it's $18 for Death. That's so cheap. How many books is it, Bancroft? Do we actually know? Like you said, he's got variants and all that.
Well, it's 10,000 that are already printed. It's 10,000 that he's already got to sell. And he said I'm pretty sure he said he's got another variant to come. So I don't know if that one's been printed. If it hasn't, and he might see, like what the interest is way above what he was expecting, you can print more. I mean, if he sells through 10,000 books and they're $30 each, plus the extras, plus the he could be looking at well over $500,000 in the first sort of wave. Well over $500,000. So
how much would he front it though? That's a good question.
Norrin says 200,000.
Yeah, didn't he?
Yeah,
didn't
but
he
that's
announce
like
that?
warehouses and artists and all that, and
everything.
The books, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 grand.
I don't know. Like if you're printing 5,000 copies, you probably get a pretty good deal. I don't know. Depending on where he's printing them as well. If he's printing them in America or if he's printing them in China, all of this stuff plays a big role.
John says, I'm not paying 30 for every CG book I want. Yeah, man, it's fair enough.
Yeah, 25 is already a pretty sort of high price to ask, So on, a property that you don't really know, like you don't know the character, you don't even know if you like it. It's just like sight unseen. That's what a lot of people.
There's nothing released for it. I mean, there's a couple of screen grabs, but I haven't even seen any sequential art. I've seen virtually nothing except for like.
There's some sequential art, I think, in that video, but it's just sort of like I don't think you get to see the whole thing.
Yeah, I need to see. I need to see like 3 pages at least.
Yeah, well, we don't have to wait long.
I wonder if you're a creator that had a book ready to go, like if it would be a good idea to launch on the same day or not.
Jasper said, I should really consider just launching Painted Death like now to capitalize. I won't be doing that, but he's got a point. Like Ethan's going to be launching his Second Chance campaign to ride the wave. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good time over the next week or two to get a book out. It'll just be the influx of people onto the internet who are looking at buying comic books through YouTube will be the biggest we've seen probably since the beginning of Comicsgate.
Do you think that
there's a reason why?
Go ahead.
I was going to say there's a reason why Black Friday, everyone gets on board Black Friday. It's just because there's so much going on the internet. People are on the internet buying, so everyone jumps in, and it's like a feeding frenzy.
Here's a question. Ethan's launching Wreck Planet Second Chance next weekend. How does that sit with everyone in chat? You know what I mean? Because like it hasn't been delivered yet.
It hasn't come out. Well, I don't know why he closed it in the first place. Maybe it'll offer new stuff. I just know that with a guy like Ethan, he has tons of people that he's coming in new all the time. He just got 1,000 subs this week. Even if that's
1,000 subs,
1,000 new subs this week from his videos.
Like I think business-wise, it's a great move. Like it's a new campaign, even though it's already happened, it's gonna do really, really well. It'd do a lot better than if you just kept it in demand, Mike. But I mean, does that annoy backers because they've backed it and they've been waiting and haven't got it yet? I don't know.
Doesn't annoy me.
Doesn't annoy me either, really.
It's just like reopening the in demand, I suppose. I mean, I won't be backing it. I've already backed it. So, Jeremy says he had to close it because he was running out of Cyberfrog PVCs. Yeah, there you go. You can't really. Okay, that makes sense then. That makes sense. So then obviously, this new one you won't be getting the PVC or whatever it is.
He's adding another new book to it. Says Moromi as well.
There you go.
Do you think that there's going to be like buying fatigue You know, like so sometimes people are like, well, I only have so much money and I don't want to spend, now while gas is $6 a gallon, I'm going to buy multiple campaigns.
Yeah, the inflation thing and the shortages and the gas price is probably more worrying than anything. But I think for a campaign, like a second chance campaign like this on a book like this, it's more for the fact that he probably just gets so many people saying, I missed out. I'm new. I just arrived. Like, I want to get Wrecked Planet. Where can I get it? And it's like, sorry. And it's just like, after the 300th or 400th person asks that, are you like, you're probably just leaving money on the table. But I think everyone who comes into Comicsgate comes in really enthusiastic and just like, wow, this is insane. There's so much choice and there's so many people I want to support. This, all this cool stuff, and you go a bit crazy. And then, as the years pass, it slows down a bit because, it's like it's 25 for a book, and then plus shipping, and then if you want to get other stuff, it's more expensive each and every time. So that's why we constantly need to be growing to get new people in, so that they're always in that state of, oh, this is so crazy and amazing. Let's back everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting. Like I think from like business making money point of view, I think what he's doing is way better, like I said, than keeping it in demand and just keeping it going. Doing a new campaign will be huge. As long as like people don't get pissed off about it. It seems like the majority are fine with it. D, not so much. He says, I am pissed. I backed Rainbow the Brute and I still haven't fucking seen nothing about it.
I was never really interested in Rainbow the Brute. I thought it was, but I guess then if he had have waited, the joke would have been, I mean, it's so long in the rearview mirror now, I barely even remember it,
Yeah.
I always thought, let's just stick to Cyberfrog, but me, I'm like, people run their business however they want. And then customers like D, if he's pissed, he'll vote with his wallet on the next time. Like this, Ethan knows that. Anyone, actually, it's not Ethan. It's like anyone who's late on a book knows you are basically causing customers to think twice about backing you again. So you have to work like extra hard to try and convince them the next time round, because they'll remember that. Everyone understands that.
Ryan says it isn't as bad for EVS since he's fulfilled many times. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think anyone's in any doubt over whether or not like they'll get their EVS book. It's just when they're going to get it. Unlike some other creators where I was like, for years I've been saying, oh yeah, we'll definitely get that. And now I'm like, no,
you're an optimist though.
I am an optimist, but I'm also a realist. There's certain books like the one Dave Brink brought up, Death Swan. People in the chat might not even know what it is. We're never getting Death Swan. Forget about it. And it never coming.
John says, same thing with Malin putting out another book when he hasn't shown anything for God. Like, what's that? Another book? What's he talking about there?
Oh, so that's I think that's a little different. Like some of these guys, like, well, Ethan definitely, and like John's getting to that point now with he's almost like running a publishing company. It's like an imprint. John's working on Godlike, and other people are handling what's going on with Graveyard Shift. So it's sort of like keeping multiple things running at the same time. Same with Clint Stoker. I got no problem with Clint going off and doing other things. I know he's working like super hard to get Fatal out. He's working on what's the other one? Downcast, and then he's doing like it's all like, I don't mind these guys, like having multiple balls in the air. obviously to a point. We like, you know, we saw what happened with your boy Zach. It was like it became an issue, at least for a lot of people, myself included.
It's very interesting though. Like, you know, trying to not piss everyone off when you do something.
Yeah, because the whole thing is built on trust.
Yeah.
And it's incredibly difficult to build trust, and you can lose it in a single instant.
Mo says, I wasn't upset about Robocopter's lateness. Everyone knows Rob is a bit slow. Thanks, Mo.
I had a hand in that too, though. I was quite slow too.
You're so slow. Sumo says, Bancroft doesn't mind juggling the balls. Mo says, the more balls, the better as far as Bancroft is concerned.
Well, I can juggle. That's something I can do. That's a skill I have. Self-taught, no lessons.
So, like,
great.
what do you think? Like,
you remember that from? Do you remember that from The Wedding Singer? It's
No.
what's his face playing guitar? Oh, what's his name? The guy with the bug eyes from Boardwalk Empire.
Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi. Yeah, he's the best man. It's like best man, better man. He just grabs the guitar and starts playing. I was like, self-taught, no lessons.
Is he good?
No, he's just like,
he's terrible.
Maybe Human says CG does have a fulfillment problem. I understand for people that stream a lot like EVS Mail-In, but Cecil and some others are dropping the ball.
Yep, that's true. That is true. They did. I don't even like to stop to think about it other than to figure out ways to improve my own processes. But yeah, like the amount of stuff it takes to put out a comic book, it's staggering. And I totally understand why people have issues with it. But no, we absolutely, as a whole, need to get better at it. What was that one up there from James? The only books I haven't gotten are Kozor. Well, that's coming. That's at the printers, I believe.
Yeah.
Fatal is like this close. If you've been following Clint, like just incredibly complicated production on that book.
That's a really tough situation to be in because like there's nothing Clint can do. I've been in that situation with Replicator 1 and I'm like, I was getting like a page a month and I was about a year late getting the first book out. I'm just like, dude, I need pages. Give me pages. I won't give you pages. What are you going to do?
It's not like you can go over to the guy's house and just like sit there and force his hand to draw, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wrecked Planet, it's being colored. I think there's not that much left to color, but it's such a massive like thing. Who knows how far away it is. It's like the fulfillment on Wrecked Planet is going to take so long, even with his team and his warehouses. It's such a massive thing. But I've been a bit unluckier than you. I got about, I'm up to probably about, I'll say 5 at least, 5 books that I've backed that I don't ever really expect to get.
I mean, I don't mind books being late personally. The only thing that upsets me is when like the fans get upset by it. You know, that's the only thing that really concerns me.
Why is that?
Because like it's an amazing, but it's a small fan base. I just don't think we can really not deliver on things in case we turn away fans. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, fans do get turned away, but I can't. That's a shame for me. Sucks for me. But there's nothing I can do about it. So, there's this one guy who is on Twitter. who's like, "No, I'm done with CG. I'm not backing any more CG books. It's just a scam. I didn't get this. I didn't get that."
Mark Brooks?
No. And it's like everyone says, yeah, but this is like other people are getting their books and they're getting out. You can just stop. You don't have to keep backing those people. There's so many. He's like, "No, I'm done." It's like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it is frustrating, but there's nothing you can do. And I think the majority of the time people are trying their very hardest. So, can't be too upset, I guess. Apparently the last color page for Wreck Planet was done today. Finished yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Sheila says it takes so long because artists are artists with artist moods. Yeah, it's true.
To a degree, I think they just take so long because these things take so damn long. It takes a long freaking time to draw these things and color them and letter them and get, it's a long, and we're doing, a lot of us are like doing one job of an entire company. So you can't really, in a company, everything's side by side. Everyone's doing the work at the same time. Whereas if it's just one guy, it's stacked. All right, I got to get the art done first, and if you're doing the colors, you got to get the colors done after that, and then the letters, and then you got to figure out fulfillment and editing, and it's a monster. There are definitely people who are just dropping the ball, I guess, but I think more than anything, it's just this stuff's taking a freaking crazy amount of time.
And on top of that, in addition to just putting your book out, you have to maintain some type of YouTube presence if you want to put another book out. And I don't think a lot of people think about that. It's just like, oh, I really it's a full-time job just to stay relevant. If you work for Marvel or DC, you have your one assembly line job. And then, so you do your thing, right? I do my pencils, I do my inks. You're not worrying about taking care of distribution or printing or letting people know who you are. I mean, hopefully the publisher's doing all of that.
We've seen it before. People disappear to fulfill or work on their book or whatever, and then they come back and they try and restart their channels, and the channels are gone.
Yeah,
the audience is gone. Like you spent 3 months disappeared. Like you have to kind of rebuild. People have moved on. So yeah,
I kind of feel too that the majority of people in CG are trying their very best to deliver the best product that they can do. It's not like it's a mainstream book, right, where it's 20 pages and the art has to be done in X amount of days. I don't know, you, Mike, obviously we've both gone back and changed things and tried to improve art and make better decisions and that kind of stuff. We're trying our very hardest, and obviously we're not going to all be to the level of Roquefort or EVS, but we're trying to put out the best book that we can possibly put out at this moment in time. I think that's
definitely a thing. Speaking of EVS,
time.
I think he's in the chat here.
Yeah, he's here.
Hello, Ethan. He says, glad is that the stream earlier? That was a fun stream. I was enjoying that.
Pete Callan says, EVS under promises and over delivers. He gets leeway with me. Fragger did a lot of promising, just saying.
Yeah, that book, Shinobi Sasquatch, I think they're a long way away, unfortunately. And that's the reality of the situation. All those other books we mentioned, they'll be coming soon, and a lot of them too. So it's like, it can get you down, and it can turn people away. But if you look at the other things, positive, there's just so many positives as well.
D says, I will back people that deliver on time or at least tell me what's going on. You got
I think most people are like that. Most people are pretty down. Like, as long as you show your face, give updates and all that sort of stuff. As long as you don't disappear, people are pretty, for the most part, pretty chill. People are saying invite Ethan. He's more than welcome to come on. I don't know if he wants to. He just sort of finished a stream, but he's more than welcome to come on if he wants to. Let us know. Pork Hunt. Bancroft, do you have PTP Sleepy Hollow for shipping to the Aussie contributors? No, I haven't received anything as of yet. Was that shipped? I know I got another shipment. Actually, I think it was shipped. Things can take forever. Things can take forever. No, nobody ever send me the link. See, I don't know if he's saying no.
God, I can't even type Ethan into Twitter properly. Jesus.
Enunciate, Bancroft. I apologize. Yeah, it's late in the day for me, and I start mumbling a little bit.
All right, he's got the link. He's welcome to come in.
I don't know if Ethan's drawing.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I like about this stream in particular, and Ethan's stream with what he's doing with the draw streams. Like it shows people that are watching that you're actually working on the book. I think that's really important. I think more people should do it. It shows.
Definitely.
What's up, Ethan?
Hi, fellas.
Hey, Ethan.
How are you? Hello, Camel Moon, my friend. How are you?
Oh, good. Very good.
That's good, man.
Going well. Just chatting with the chat, whatever they want to chat about. We were talking about Eric.
That guy.
And then that got onto that you probably heard of him, Eric July. Bit of a big deal.
Which one?
No, he does letters. Like it's this guy, Eric. Eric July. I thought you meant Eric Weathers.
Eric July. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Eric July. Yeah. He's launching his book today. It's going to be very big.
Yeah. I was
20,000 sign-ups, Ethan.
20,000 sign-ups, probably like closer to 22 by now.
That's crazy.
So, I mean, just do some math here. Just assume that everybody averages $50. You know, we're already
insane.
Some people average 75.
Listen, on Rec Planet it was 100. So I mean, who even knows? Like he's
like a shrewd businessman. Like he would offer, some good options for people who want to pay more. And if anyone's ever hung out in his live streams, his fans, they don't mind throwing around some cash.
$50 times 22,000 is $1.1 million.
There you go. But that's just the start. I mean, 22,000 are people who, like I keep saying, those are enthusiastic backers. Those are people who are like, hurry up, I want to throw money at you. I mean, that's just absolutely insane. It's nothing compared to what it's actually going to settle out to be. I didn't sign up. I don't need to be notified. I'll just go back it. There are lots of people like me and people who don't really care that much, but will eventually come around to back the book. It's going to be big. It's going to be, we're looking at 3 million conservatively.
Wow. So you think he's gonna beat Wrecked Planet?
Dude, he's going to be Berserker. It's going to be, I mean, it's already looking that way to me. You just have to like feel, the energy in the air. Like he's got so much. Yeah, he's already, like, his channel is 475,000 subscribers. You want to take like 1% of that. I mean, 1% of those are backers. Usually maybe 2 or 3% sometimes. And then like all of his other contacts, Blaze. He's definitely got the goodwill of every single community on the internet. It's this is going to be extraordinary. And everybody is the thing about it is that we should really figure out a way to capture some of that energy ourselves. So if we have an influx of new comic book backers backing his stuff, we can certainly peel off some of those backers. But look, these people are going to be backing comic books on the internet for the first time, many of them. How do we get them? How do we get some of those?
Do you think it's going to be harder to get them here because he's not launching on Indiegogo? He's using his own platform. Is it going to be harder to bring them across?
I guess it's always difficult, but look, there's got to be a way. It's on us to figure that out.
I always look at it more like what we're doing is selling comics through YouTube.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's the main funnel.
Mm-hmm.
And then we, you know, if we hook them in on YouTube, they'll sort of go wherever, you know, we give them a link to go to, pretty much.
Right.
So I just think the fact that we are, you know, at least sort of in his orbit doing the same sort of thing. He's not even really crowdfunding like we do, because he's already made them, he's printed them. But he will be using the same, like the same sort
methods,
of
techniques,
display on his website, so that it will show the backer numbers and the amount raised, like to keep the sort of feeling of crowdfunding, but you know, even though it's already made. So yeah, I think it's a great opportunity. And I said earlier, like this could be the biggest influx of new comic book fans to like come in and buy comics off YouTube than, you know, we've seen since the very beginning of Comicsgate. And it could absolutely, you know, like really, you know, make that look small with the numbers that we're looking at here. We've never seen numbers like this ever.
No, I mean, that's crazy. Early signups, 20,000 something. Absolutely insane.
Do you know how many you had on Wrecked Planet? Like, is it
5,000?
Wow.
So if that gives you any clue.
Wow, that's crazy.
You know, it's going to be a big deal, guys. Heads up.
Is he going to be promoting like lesser artists or not as, you know, popular on his show in any way? Do you know? I guess nobody really knows.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to him. You know, I said, you be nice to us, we'll be nice to you.
Because I feel like that's how you cross-pollinate, right?
Right.
Like if you want to figure out how to get some of that runoff, then that's how you would do it. So if he's not going to do that, then that would be difficult. Otherwise, that would just suggest that we have him on all of our shows. But yeah, if it's not reciprocated, then it would be harder to get that audience, I would feel.
He's all like, from what I've seen, it's mostly been through things like super chats and stuff like that. I mean, I don't think he has a show that's set up like, say, for instance, like what I do or what Ethan does, where he gets guys on and, you know, chats about whatever's going on and, you know, does a little shill segment or whatever like that. But he's always been very receptive and open to talking about other people's projects. Like, he's a big fan of Brian from Aerith, who did the box, and he talks about him all the time, like on his stream to thousands of people. So I don't think it would
Shane on. He had Shane on his show for hours.
Yeah, there you go. So I don't know if it's going to be, you know, exactly the same, but I mean, he seems really receptive and open to, you know, what Comicsgate is doing. So
yeah, I mean, and even if he wasn't, I mean, make a video about his book and then advertise your stuff in the video. Use his name. I mean, you know, that's another way to do it. So, but I mean, I get the feeling that he's going to. I think he's going to be helpful. I hope so. You know, he doesn't have to. You have to kind of convince people that, you know, this is there's a little bit of give back to the community to this, and just hope they'll do that. I mean, that's the big issue I had this week with someone else, where it's just like, you know, you can take, but you gotta give back too. I mean, you know, it's important that you promote other people and be a part, you know, be a face, be a part of the community. I think that's what's best for everybody in the long term of the main goal. I mean, the main goal isn't for any single one of us to get rich and to rule the world. It's to make it so that the fucking mainstream isn't so powerful by itself. And the only way to do that, you know, is to empower more small creators. So, yeah. Oh, I think Eric's the kind of guy who sees that, you know.
He seems like a nice dude. Ethan, you got a lot of people asking about Rainbow the Brute. Any updates there?
Yeah, Rainbow the Brute. I have begun working on Rainbow the Brute. Isn't that terrible? I mean, it is absolutely terrible. I have just begun working on Rainbow the Brute, but it's going to be a quicker book. I will get it done faster. I needed to get Wreck Planet out of the way first, and Wreck Planet was, like giving birth, I guess, for a man, for a manly man. Rainbow the Brute is Rainbow the Brute's a little bit different than that.
How long is Rainbow the Brute going to be?
48 pages of Rainbow the Brute. My Girthy Stallion is going to be written by me, and it's going to also contain designs by me, but there will be another artist, you already know, who's going to be doing the interiors of My Girthy Stallion. Somebody who's a little bit more, I don't know, appropriate for that style. That's going to be great. So Rainbow the Brute will be done by me. Cool Story Bro is almost complete. So then we've got My Girthy Stallion, and we've got my Rainbow the Brute to do. Working on it now, fellas.
Ethan, I got a DM. Someone slid into my DMs about a month ago. They were very upset with you. And they were like, Bancroft, can you go tell Ethan to do this?
Go fuck myself.
I was like, I didn't really think I have that sort of relationship with Ethan, but I'll sort of pass on what his concerns were.
Go ahead.
Now that I've got you here, this is the guy. Just for context, he's no longer backing Comicsgate books. The wait is too long. Late books, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, he said he feels like you have robbed him of an ending for Wrecked Planet. And I remember you I don't know, it was about a month ago, you were talking about how you sort of changed the ending, or it was a different ending and there'll be something. What's happening there with the length of Wrecked Planet and the ending and stuff like that? I can't really remember how it goes.
Yeah, boy, it's really hard to communicate with people about stuff like this, because I'm open about actually creating the story with everybody because they paid for it already. So I'm very transparent, and I show people almost all of the artwork. They haven't seen the end of the book yet, but they've seen most of the artwork already. And when I come out and I say, I've trimmed this scene, or I was going to do this, but this isn't the right note to end on, or something like that, people go, you're robbing us of something. As if, like, a filmmaker who is making the next whatever Star Wars movie and clips some scenes and they end up on the cutting room floor, or says, I'm going to hold back this ending here from Empire Strikes Back and push it to the front of Return of the Jedi, as if that's robbing the viewer of the ending of the story. Now, the Wreck Planet ends exactly where it's supposed to end. Is that my child, or is that someone else's child?
Oh, that's mine. Hang on.
Oh, it's like, is Ava?
I remember Ethan complaining about Rob. He's like, I like Rob, but every time he comes on my show, I hear some kid in the background. We haven't heard Rob's kid in like months.
Ethan thought I had like 4 or 5 different kids. There's just one.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, I can't tell either. Like, sometimes I'll hear like a child or noise upstairs and it's somebody else, but sometimes it's coming from my house. But no, the story ends at 73. Remember this. Here's what I want to tell people. The book was supposed to be 48 pages. It's 73 goddamn pages. And the thing about it is that the first one, Blood Honey, was 60 pages. 3 of those pages were title pages, so they weren't even story pages, and there were a ton of double page spreads, and that's something that people complained. I believed in immersing people in Cyberpunk, so I did all these giant theatrical double page spreads. There's virtually none of that here. It's all storytelling pages, 73 pages, no title pages, no chapter breaks or anything like that. It's just ongoing story for 73 pages, and it ends precisely where it's supposed to end. Now, I started drawing something else that comes after the ending. And I was like, I started drawing this and I kind of went, do I want to tack this on to the ending? And it doesn't belong there. It just doesn't. It doesn't belong there. The reason why I did it was because the song that I promoted Wreck Planet to, The Sun Ain't Gonna Shine Anymore, by Frankie Valli, is relevant to this sequence. And so it's like, I wanted to put it in there just because I advertised that kind of a feeling happening in this book. But again, it doesn't fucking belong there. It just doesn't. Here, I'm going to tell you in the private chat. Okay. I'll tell you guys
I
spoilers.
believe you.
No.
That's exactly what I thought the situation was, but I mean, I didn't want to I didn't want to tell this guy like if I didn't know 100%. And I certainly wasn't gonna oh my god, how could you do that? Yeah, no. And I didn't want to like I'd slide up in your DMs like Ethan. Now you listen to me here, buddy. I'm getting a DMs from your customers. No, it was just like,
all right. So you read that to yourself. What I just wrote there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you definitely gotta wait.
So 100%. You gotta wait. You want to put the next scene at the beginning of the next book, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like this isn't a negative thing at all. This is you actually saying, I've actually got, I don't know how many extra pages you drew. What is it? 20 pages?
We've got 20 extra pages. Well, almost. We've got about 17 extra pages. So yeah. But I mean, look,
positive.
So I've got this extra content. The thing is, it's almost 20 pages. That's almost a whole book, right? So do I give that to people right now, or like as a 20-page book, just add another 3 pages to it and say, here's 20 more pages of Cyberfrog? Or do I hang on to it and make it the beginning of the next book? Like I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing yet, but I think aloud because I'm talking to my backers, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm supposed to do with this extra content. Like I could sell it to them now as a 20-page book. Here's a $10 small issue of Cyberfrog that you can have right now, the next 20 pages. Or do I hang on to it and make it the first part, almost the first half of the 3rd issue? Here it is for $20 or $25. And this is stuff that like happens at Marvel and DC all the time, but nobody knows. It's like we don't let the fans, we don't know the readers, we don't let the readers know about it. So everybody's involved in these creative discussions. They know what's going on, and they all have opinions about it. And some people were just like, I feel like I'm being cheated out of the ending of this book. And it's like, no, you're getting, it's 73 pages that you're getting instead of 48. It's a work of fiction. It's an installment of Cyberpunk. It has to end on the right note. And I've got this extra scene. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but you're not entitled to it. Like you're entitled to a 48-page book. That's what you've paid for. It's longer than that because you waited an extra year to let me tell the story to its full completeness. And I'm so grateful for that. But it still has to end properly, right? Okay, so that anyway, that's where we are. You know, I want everybody to be happy with the finished book. I think they will be. I think they're going to be overly happy with it. I hope so. But we'll wait and see.
I mean, if you pay for 48 pages and you get 72, that's
73.
73. That's
all
a pretty
killer,
good
no
deal.
filler. All promo, no homo.
Super chat, Mike.
We love that. Tux for $20. Hail Michael Bancroft, Camel Moon, Rob, and Ethan. Appreciate all of you awesome creators and chat. You're wonderful. Cheers. Tux, you have been a bastion of generosity lately.
Yeah,
thank you so much. I've seen him around everywhere, just like dropping these massive super chats. So thank you. Really
Sumo says, I back the original art here on Rainbow the Brute. Take your time and draw some good pages, EVS.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Why am I bringing the stream down? Why are people mad at me? I'm trying to explain what. All right.
When do you think it's going to go to print?
Why am I a downer? What am I doing? I'm just trying to explain what. Shit. Oh my God. All right.
John's calling Sumo kiss ass.
EVS, do you know when it's going to go to print?
Yeah, it's going to go to print. So it's going to go to print probably within the month.
Oh, okay.
I've just got to figure out. I got to guesstimate. I guess I'll know like once I launch the campaign. I got to know how many to print. I don't know the Second Chance campaign. I'm not sure how many I'm going to print, and the new covers. I don't know how many you're going to sell. But I mean, I could send some of them to print. I could send some of the covers that are not going to be extended, like the ones that come exclusive with the honeycomb box, I can send those to print because that's it. You know, the 24-hour cover, send that to print because there are no more of those. And then I can just, you know, wait and find out the totals of everything else.
You and I are going to
have a rough idea
at the same time.
Shit. It's going to be crazy.
Do you have a rough idea how many copies? Because I said I reckon you sold I think you said you sold over 20,000.
That's correct. Yeah.
Is that that's accurate? It's over 20,000.
Over 20,000. So we'll do the second chance campaign and we'll see how many more we sell. I mean, maybe we'll sell another 4 or 5 and that'd be great. 25,000 would be excellent.
Ooh,
what is this? Everyone in the chat says I look sad. They hope I'm okay.
Are they just fucking with us tonight? Like
being held hostage? I'm reading.
This
is what I get normally on every other stream. It's nice it's not me for a change.
I'm just sitting here, guys. Just relaxing. Everyone relax.
You're getting taken to task tonight.
Sheila says, did your cat break up with you, Camel?
That cat's going right in the fucking river.
You don't like your cat?
I hate my cat. I mean, it's fine. I love my cat. But, oh my God, just shut up. Just stop. Just stop.
Jesus.
It always has a problem. It's always just like, it just looks right at my face. I'm like, oh God.
I hate it when they do that when you're asleep.
It's like, what do you want? What do you want today? You live in the lap of luxury. You can have treats. You got water, food, 4,000 soft places to sleep on. Go do something.
How am I making it work? Oh my God. Okay. I'm reading the chat now. I'm getting angry.
What are they saying?
They're saying Ethan's bringing it down with his weight. Ethan, you're making it worse, laughing until you're crying. EVS chill. All right, that's nice. You're okay, Ethan. All right, well, what the hell, man?
Mo Big says, Camel says, I love my cat with the same sincerity Bancroft says, I love my chat.
I treat my cat like Bancroft treats Clark.
I treat my son very well.
He plays Russian roulette with Clark, Camel.
Hello, Clark.
It was a toy gun.
Daddy's working. Bye-bye. He slammed the door.
Go think for yourself in the bushes.
Go die.
Lethal Diva says, Ethan, you saved the stream. So there's you know.
Oh, well, that's good at least.
Swings and roundabouts, they call it.
My God. Yeah, it's like I don't know whether I'm coming or going around here. Holy shit.
Well, generally what happens, and you know, you do draw streams, but you're more of a accomplished artist than I am. But generally, it's just people come to these streams to basically tell me how awful I am.
What?
And how I'm slow, and
I do
that's pretty much how it happens.
Yeah,
what a nightmare. Why do we even do this? That's it. We're done with YouTube. From now on, we're just going to quietly draw in our cubicles.
That's what Shane's doing.
Yeah,
Shane, he never draws on the stream, and I very rarely I rarely do anything that's difficult. You just draw whatever you want, but you've been doing it for 30 years, so that's understandable. But
you mean you don't want to draw anything that's difficult to draw, like
that I have to think about because I can't draw and talk at the same time.
No, I'm
if
with
I have
you
to
on
think
that.
about drawing, I'll either, and I don't usually stop talking, so I stop drawing, and then everyone says, how is Bancroft ever going to get anything done when he can barely draw a square on a stream? So because I'm trying not to have 3 hours of dead air.
Oh, boo-hoo, Bancroft. You got a super chat here.
And I got gifted 10 memberships. Thank you so much, D. 10 members. Wow.
I want to be a member. How do I claim that?
You have to select it at the top where it says you have to select that you want to accept gifts on this channel. This gifting memberships is it's changing the game. Thank you so much, D. You're putting my kids through college. So Paul, Sumo Thori for 10. What do you think about this panel, EVS? As in us, or you wanted to critique the actual?
He wasn't clear.
The panel I'm drawing.
I like it.
Thank you. Let's just leave it at that. And thank you for the super chat, Sumo.
I don't know how to do this. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at.
Tarks. Wow, the super chats are coming in thick and fast.
Dude,
Tarks.
You didn't get the other one.
All right, I'll go back and get that one. Sorry, Pork Hunt for 5. Comic Artistry Secrets. Just an idea. Could you keep the epilogue in and split the book into 2 like Trent did for Creed?
Yeah, I considered that, but but then there are 2 books now, and it doesn't, I have it organized so that there's 1 book. I mean, it doesn't. I don't know. Do I hold back the other book and then sell that separately? That's what my dad said that I should do. He's like, you drew all this extra stuff for nothing. Yeah, that's true, I guess. But no, I gotta put it all together in 1 book and stick to the plan.
Yeah, no, I think that's best. And reading what you put in the private chat, you made the right decision. Absolutely.
Cool.
Tarks 420. How Comicsgate? Cheers. Thank you, Ethan, for the Second Chance campaign. Looking forward to that's what I'm saying. Like, there's guys like I don't remember Tarks being here 6 months ago. And I'm imagining a lot of people are saying, I want to grab Wrecked Planet. And you're saying, oh, well, can't, so it seems like a missed opportunity.
What do you mean? I'm doing a Second Chance campain.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what it's for. It's for people who, couldn't. Because you said that earlier you got like 1,000 new subscribers or something. That's 1,000 people who didn't know about. A
ton of new people. But I mean, look, the whole thing about it is I think I did like 3 different campaigns for the Blood Honey campaign, 3 different campaigns for just that 1 issue. I'm just going to do 2 here, but there will be 1, 2, 3 new covers.
Cool.
And yeah, and we're making a folder. I'm taking that Vespis piece and I'm going to make this kick-ass like school folder to put comics in. So, there will be a tier where you can get everything from this new campaign, and I'm wiping everything else out. Like it will have new stretch goals, with this campaign, but a folder where you're going to get 1 of everything with the Vespis on it. It's going to look really nice.
Have you copped any like negative feedback for doing another campaign before fulfilling Wrecked Planet?
Not yet, but I'm sure I will.
Yeah.
You get negative feedback for everything, but reality is
you do, yeah.
The reality is, look, people want to back it. I took the campaign down like a year ago, more than a year ago, and people didn't get a chance to back it. Want to make sure that they do. We could definitely use more money because shipping is going to be a bear. Understand, this is one of the most expensive campaigns ever. I mean, we made toys. We made PVC toys. We brought all those in. We printed everything else from the campaign except for this book and Salamandroid. We've printed all of, like, everything is waiting in our warehouse for this campaign. The honeycomb boxes are ready to go. Everything's ready to go. So it's going to be an expensive procedure. We want to make sure that we have enough money in our Wreck Planet campaign to make sure that we complete fulfillment. And Second Chance campaign is going to help with that, I think. So.
Super chat, Mike.
200 watt studio for 5. Camel has a laugh like an old creaky rusted cupboard door.
Oh, sorry.
Lost it. Old creaky rusted cupboard door that even WD-40 can't help. Love that EVS is here. Jesus.
Thanks.
This is the last time. This is the last time Camel's gonna take the link to this draw stream. It's getting vicious. Thank you for the super chat, nonetheless.
Von Beck, Dale cover, Ethan.
Yeah, we already ordered posters. That's going to be part of the Second Chance campaign. There are 2 foot by 3 foot Dale Keown posters. They're going to be on posters. This campaign. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, we're working on it.
So Hunter and his girlfriend have it covered.
Oh, about shipping all of this stuff, we're gonna have to hire people. This is an enormous undertaking, and I'm not gonna help. I mean, I don't want to help. I want to hire people. I got to draw Rainbow the Brute and get this done. So
look what I got today, Ethan.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's card P23.
Came in this nice.
It made it all the way to Australia. Huh? Well, we sent you a card P25 too. It'll be there soon.
In a little envelope. I need to start doing that. I got to figure that out.
I'm doing it for the Patreon members too. I mean, Patreon. We're making Patreon puzzle card sets. First two went out, and we just sent the whole batch out at once. Like they came annually, but we're going to be shipping them individually every month now. We've got the we can do it easily now, like shipping cards out to 1,000 or so people. It's pretty great.
Yeah, let's get positive here. Lieutenant Hughes, you didn't draw it for nothing, EVS. No such thing. You saw a vision and executed. As a creative, it's your obligation to put out your best idea forward, even if it means adding more and taking time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about you guys reading it. I mean, I would like, maybe I'll have Bancroft. I mean, there are a few comic skaters that I want to get an advanced read of it. And just...
I would love that. I was a real big fan of Blood Honey. I love the beats that you hit. There was one page where I was like, you set up a joke on the page turn, and I was like, please have the punchline on the next panel, and then bang, you did, and I was like, yes, good. Ethan can write. And I didn't know about Cyberfrog before. Obviously, it looks super cool. I mean, the character design is just. It's off the planet. Well, literally almost. So yeah, no, I would love that.
I love this book. I get so excited about it. I just, there's so many themes in it, like very subtle themes, but this idea that Cyberfrog returns to a world where he's completely failed. And it's like, he finds Heather, he finds Lily. Lily is just a very strange 10-year-old girl who is broken, and she's grown up too quick. Her father's gone. And Cyberfrog is just looking at the scope of his failure. And, Chelson said to him, like, you have it within yourself to turn back this invasion. You singularly. Salamandroid doesn't. You do. And so he's just like, how do I begin to turn this around? And it's like just trying to grapple with such an enormous problem. And then it's like step one, how do I fix things? How do I get a foothold? And the answer is to, fix the heart of this little girl. You know what I mean? It's like make her smile again. If humanity is my job, if my job is to protect humanity and I failed on this grand scope, let me just work on making this one little child happy again, Heather's daughter. And then from there, I'll feel like I accomplished something, and I can kind of move on towards something much, much bigger. And this is all so the whole thing about Cyberfrog is like starts so small. It's like it's all about seeds growing into something bigger. And that theme just kind of happens over and over and over again. It's about learning to not be afraid. It's about living without fear, being happy and free. All of these things, and it's about duty and obligation and friendship and family. And I get so excited about it. I love this book. I don't just see it as a comic book. I see it as something much, much bigger and more important than that. And it might sound grandiose and insane, but I want to be like the C.S. Lewis or the Tolkien of indie graphic novels of our generation, of our time. We live in a very scary, precarious moment in world history where our culture is being turned upside down. Everybody's afraid all the time. Food prices are crazy. Gas prices are crazy. Our leaders are corrupt and incompetent. It just in our little world, the comic book industry seems corrupt and bereft of life and love and happiness and fun. And I don't know. I don't know what happens tomorrow. You know what I mean? But we have to actually leave behind a record of something from this. And we have this unique opportunity in comics to actually say something while making comics, actually say something about the world that we live in right now. And so I don't take any of that lightly. It's very serious to me. Like if this is the last comic book that I ever do, Cyberfrog, let's say I drop dead of diabetes tomorrow, it's like it's okay. Like this book is enough. Like it says enough about my time, my moment in history, and what I think comics should be going forwards. So it's important. It's more important than just finish your fucking frog book. It has to be something meaningful, and that's that's where I'm at. I think we're getting there. I want you to read it. I want you to tell me what you think. And and I'll probably send you over a copy. Diabetes is coming for me. Yes. Thank you.
That might be the single greatest pitch we've ever heard on this channel. We need to send that to B-Rose ASAP. I was just talking about this. It's like all people want to hear is enthusiasm. They want to know that you are your book's #1 fan.
I want to see Anna's review on it again.
Yeah, people were saying don't send it to me because I'll be biased. Like, I already like you got to send it to Anna. That's the harsh critic. Although,
yeah, I would send it to Anna. I feel pretty good about it. But I mean,
I couldn't agree more, Ethan. Like, yeah, I get so pumped up when I write my book and start thinking about the possibilities and everything of it. You're obviously a lot further advanced in terms of getting it out and getting it done and your audience and everything. But yeah, I feel exactly how you feel. This is what we have to do. And I feel super honored to be a part of it, even a small part of it. D for $5. Will the second chance have all the books, warts and all, etc.?
Well, I mean, I could do that, I suppose, but you know what? You can buy those right now. We take all of our books and we put them on eBay. So we have an eBay store, and the link is in all the description of all of my videos. The way I see it, and what we're doing here is there's a big difference between crowdfunding and then selling comics. A lot of people go, my comic's already done, and okay, if your comic's already done, then why are you crowdfunding it? You know what I mean? It's like, it's finished. Print it, put it on your website or store, and sell it to people. I crowdfund because I don't have the money to make this stuff. I just don't. I mean, I have grandiose ideas of what I want these comic books to look like, and I need the help of my subscribers, of my supporters, to actually give us the money to fund this product. In return for that, they get the product and extra stuff, and then the product goes on our store. And those people who buy from our eBay store are our customers. You guys, everybody else, are our backers, our producers, our supporters. I mean, without you, we can't make this stuff happen at all. But if you want a copy of Cyberfrog Warts and All, good news. Backers from 2 years ago already funded it, supported it, and helped it get made. It's already made. It's on our eBay store right now. So you can have it. You order it today. You'll have it in your hands on Wednesday. We are on top of that with customer service. When it comes to creativity and actually creating the next thing, I do not shit my comics out. I just don't. I see people who brag about how quickly they're making comics, and I go, I don't want to read your comic. I'm sorry. I want art. I want something that's worthwhile, that's going to stay with me. I'll pay whatever it costs. I'll pay $25 for a comic that's actually meaningful and that I can tell you bled over, But, putting this stuff on our next Second Chance campaign, we might do it anyway, just because people might not understand that it's available on the eBay store. Zach did that. I don't know how well his old stuff sold on his campaign, but what do you guys think?
It seemed to go pretty well. Like he was sitting on $30 average order for the first 2 days. I don't know what it's dropped to now, but on a thing where you can get $1 entry, that says to me that you got a whole bunch of people just getting one comic, the $1 one, and then you got a whole bunch of people getting like a lot.
Yeah.
So that's probably, I think it's a good idea. I mean, some people might not want to buy on eBay. I don't know. Or they might.
Yeah, we'll make that possible on the Second Chance. But you can go to Cyberfrog9 on eBay. That's our all caps comics store. We ship. I mean, there's zero complaints. We are awesome about that, and there are always flash sales. So keep your eye open. I always change the price on some things for a limited amount of time. There'll be a flash sale. Right now, Cyberfrog Unforgettable Tales #4 is $15 instead of $25 while it's that price. So keep an eye on that stuff. Look how great that is. Look how wonderful Comicsgate is.
It's surprisingly slowed down a little bit,
man,
in terms of the amount of people who are submitting new books. I would have loved to have Rainie's Fiendish book on there. Obviously, she had issues with the printer. She would have put it on there. But people are just in the business of getting their stuff in the production side of it. So there should be a nice, good influx of new titles. I only put books up on here, Ethan, once they're ready to ship. So that's, I mean, that's the sort of idea behind the name CG Now. These are only books that are available right now. And I'm actually about to sell out of them. I've got a stack. It's like looking about 20 books left.
Oh, wow.
So you didn't
Yeah,
print
so
enough
that's
of them.
pretty. No, I did.
Did you really?
I
But
lost...
you sold through the extras?
No. I lost 500 in printing errors. It was a whole nightmare.
What'd you do with them? Did you sell them as dinged and dented?
I ummed and
you know.
ahed. I got my money back instead. So I just I ended up, the deal, a part of getting a refund was destroying them. And that's what I ended up doing. I just wanted to sort of move on from it. I mean, after seeing what Rini did with her you know, damaged copies, maybe I should have done that. But either way,
we got a bunch of damaged Blood Honey boxes, and we were able to sell them and still make a little bit of a profit. We just sold them as dinged and dented for like 50% over cost, and did great. Sold right out of them. People were happy with them, so we still ended up making a little bit of a profit on them. You know.
Yeah. Good reader copies.
Mike,
people said, I heard that
yeah.
There's what 100. Yeah, please like the stream, guys. It really helps with the algorithm and all that stuff. Subscribe if you haven't. If you not familiar with the channel, you're just here to hear us gab with Ethan. Please do subscribe. We stream all the time, Comicsgate related stuff.
Rainbow the Brute. Rainbow the Brute. Opens with
someone asked, why isn't Jabba's book on there? If Jabba wants to put his one-page comic on there, all he has to do, if it's shipping, I don't know exactly how that works with his one-page book.
Liam's not CG anymore, according to Liam, so that's why his book is on.
I would highly doubt that Liam would want to have Xenotype on this site. I mean,
why?
I don't think he wants anything to do with Comicsgate. Like, nothing.
Okay, good.
As far as I'm aware. So I don't think he would want to be. I don't think he'd want to sit side by side with CG on that front.
He would. I just, it's like, oh boy, never mind. Let's not get into that. That is a beautiful drawing. Good job.
Thank you. I work so different to how you work.
Yeah, I can see you working in layers digitally and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just find that's my, I wouldn't be able to do this if I couldn't do this. You know what I'm saying? It's like the talent that you've developed and built over the years. It's like, I don't have time for that.
That's ridiculous, Michael. That doesn't make any sense at all.
No, it is. It's like, I don't know. I guess, and now I've been doing this for 5 years now. Now I guess I'm sort of stuck in my ways too. And this is just how I work.
If you can draw, you can draw.
Yeah.
I mean, I see the effects that you're putting on there. That seems like a giant pain in the ass. So did you pull those from somewhere? Like the cuneiform kind of weird hieroglyphics?
Yeah. So what I did with these cuneiform things is I drew them flat. So I'd had like 2 panels that I drew flat, and then I wrapped them around like a cylinder in a program. So, and then I was able to, just like make them the right, position and stuff like that, and then just get them on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm all about the digital trickery, and I know people don't like that, but
I like it. I guess.
Now I say that, and I keep stuffing up things. It allows you to do things, but it can also be a crutch. I know Arik is saying digital is a crutch. It absolutely can be. That is true.
Well, there are times when I just go, I wish I could change this one thing in a drawing. Like I see like John Malin working digital, and I'm like, boy, he can just move things around and blow things up and shrink things. I'm envious of that, but I just feel like it's, at the same time, no offense, I feel like it's cheating. I just go, there's something about like working with your hands on paper and pen. I'm just like, whatever happens, stroke of luck, it's skill. I don't really know, but if I could, like, my artwork would be absolutely flawless if I could, do what you're doing, and yet I don't know if I'd be as happy with it.
You have to practice restraint. That's what I think you have to do, and a lot of artists fall into that trap by like Kenneth Roquefort was saying this actually, that he's slower digitally because he does that. He starts to
gets perfectionist.
Exactly. Yeah. And I've fallen into that trap. I continue to fall into that trap actually, and I got to sort of stop myself. You got to make sure you're not zooming in too close. There's all these other sort of considerations.
I used to see that. I'd watch Jason Fabic, his initial DC works when they were digital. I'd be like, I didn't know he was doing it digitally. How the fuck did you get that tiny little figure of Wonder Woman and draw all of the details on her face like that? Like, seriously, like, there's only so much a pen can do, and he'd just be like, hey, he's working digital. You're blowing it up and shrinking it down again. It's cheating.
Yeah, you've got to. Okay, well, in that situation, you've got to actually rein back. Like, I set a hard cap on my zoom. So I know the DPI that I'm drawing in, and I set a hard cap. It's like 50%, no further, because otherwise there's literally no point. I made that mistake because it slows you down. You can't even see it when it prints. And you're right. It is like, it does get a bit odd that you've got these expertly drawn tiny little things.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah, you don't need it essentially. So.
This is I fell for that trap when I did Malin's piece. I made it at 600 DPI and it took me 3 weeks. But you can zoom in to every,
it's like an Escher.
Yeah, it just keeps going and going
like
and going. And it was I would never do that now. But at the time I was just like, oh, okay, I'll just make it super detailed.
It's not necessary. Like, it just, when you shrink it back down, you just kind of go, you lose a lot.
Yeah, that's what happened when I put in, and I made, like, Waking Dream was my first comic, so I didn't know, and I originally started drawing it as a webtoon. Like, you can zoom in and do all sorts of stuff there, but when it came to printing it, I mean, so much of the details, it's like, oh, well, that didn't print.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. So I keep it. I don't zoom in any further. I use one brush. Like, I don't use like a like a tree brush or anything like that. I just like you would, you can use different, you can set the thickness of the brush, but I just
you're not going to convert him, Mike. It's not going to happen.
I'm not trying to. I'm just saying, like, that's
Ethan, how is Kyle's colors on Rex Planet?
Oh my god. I mean, really good. Just really, really good. He just finished it today. So the colors are finished. We got to do lettering. I've got a script about 30 more pages of the book. And I write those about 8 pages a day. I'll sit down and just write a bunch of stuff and send it over to Eric. The book is completely colored now. Completely drawn, completely colored. Just needs to be scripted and lettered. So I'm going to do that today. I'm going to do a little bit of drawing this morning, and then we will get right to writing. I'm feeling inspired. I love writing.
I hope you keep doing
writing is my absolute favorite part. Like, that's hands down. I mean, I love drawing too. It's it just takes a long time. It can be hard after a whole day sitting there drawing, but the writing, that's when that's when I'm in the zone.
You got to be, your brain has to be turned on. Like, so when you're drawing a lot, your brain can go numb, and you just thinking about people and motivations, and a part of writing, like, for me, at least for Cyberfrog, I don't know how everybody thinks, but I just kind of go, what is Heather? What is Heather going through right now? What is her motivation? What is she hiding? What does she know? What is she revealing? And what's coming her way? All of this stuff. When you're writing the dialogue, you have to just put yourself in your character's position at that point in time. I know everything. I know what's happening. The question is always, what does Heather know? What does she want to convey to Cyberfrog? What is she holding back? And all of this stuff. And it's it's a challenge. Writing is really, really fucking hard, but it is so rewarding. It's very fun.
It comes alive. That's the best part.
Yeah.
You know, you can read it and you're like, oh, like now it exists. It's like there's something happening.
Yeah. I let Bill Willingham read the first half of it, and he's like, I just wanted to keep reading. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's like high praise.
For everyone saying that they liked my pick, thanks guys. It took way too long.
That was crazy looking. Really, I mean,
yeah. That was, I couldn't believe it when you showed me that. Just
apparently it's a 4. For those of you who don't know, it's from 1 to 10.
We don't need to return to that.
It's a 4.
That was
Mike, coming up on 2 hours, man.
Oh, okay.
So what?
Yeah, we'll stick around for 5 minutes and then head off to get the full.
What time is it in Australia?
It is 20 to 8 in the evening. Oh, how about where you are?
You guys don't say like 20 to 8, do you? You say like 7.
What do you say?
No, we'll say that. We'll say that. Yeah, 20 to 8. But I mean, I always just say, I'll say it's 5:40 a.m., which is what it is here. Liam's in the chat. Hello, Liam.
Liam says, regarding digital, 600 DPI for black and white, 350 for color, 90% printers can't really go higher. Oh, right. Okay. So, yeah, printers can't really go higher. Yes. Yeah. Very few printers do print over 400 DPI. You should routinely pop back on full screen, typically zoom no more. Well, that depends on how.
I thought, I was like, I'm going to win this. They're going to put this in Times Square. Like, it's going to be the biggest poster ever. That was stupid.
I used to do competitions, and it's friggin' heartbreaking. I'd win them when, I barely tried, and then I would put in months of effort and get nothing. And I was just like, I can't keep spending time on this.
Yeah.
That's true of everything, isn't it?
I need to get paid. It's the same thing with webtoons. I was like, I had a good following. I had like 25,000 followers reading my comic.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, you don't get, all you get are heart, like likes out of it and nice comments. It comes to a point where you need to start like getting serious, getting real and, trying to get paid and making a living out of it. So, hail CG for that, because I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. Yeah, that's I think we can end it there. Ethan, thanks so much for jumping on. It was a pleasure.
Appreciate
I will try and I saw you say that you hoped I could jump on your show a bit more. It's always just a matter of
timing with you.
You usually stream while I'm at work. So it's like, I don't want to just sort of, sometimes I work from home and I don't want to just kind of sit there, and I get like a serial killer look on my face when I'm concentrating on work.
You'll fit right in. The rest of the crow. Yeah.
That's how I
thank you. Oh, Rob's gone off to deal with his kid. Thank you, Camel. The biggest thank you of all goes out to the wonderful, amazing, incredible, spectacular, and phenomenal Sexiest Chat and all of CG. I will see you guys next time. All right. Bye.
Individually, we are weak, like a single twig. But as a bundle, we form a mighty